Hey y'all, welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, they just drew the post for the Preakness, so let's take a look at it and see who benefited and who maybe is at a disadvantage. So here's what the post draw came up with. We have a National Treasure on the rail. I think that's a pretty good place. He's going to be able to save a lot of ground, draft behind the pace. There isn't a lot of pace in this race, but I got a feeling that like Chase the Chaos and Coffee with Chris are probably going to get sent. I don't see why they wouldn't. And then you've got First Mission coming over, and he should be able to draft right behind those and make the move when the time is right. So I think he's in a pretty good position. Mage drew number 3, and I think that would be, tactically, would be great for him to just sit right off the leaders. And so the big question is, are they going to try to is he going to break better this time? And if so, is he going to be more forwardly engaged? Because I don't know about that late running style in this race, given the lack of speed. And, and if he's not at 100% from what he was from the Derby, then there's a good potential that he could get caught flat footed and have too much to do late. So the post will really depend on how he breaks and whether or not it benefits him or not. Red Route 1, we know it really doesn't matter. He's just going to drift to the back and make his one big late run. I'll expect him to be a little more engaged in this race, as that seems to be where he's going based upon the Bathhouse Row, but he'll still be far back, so I don't think the post matters a whole lot. Blazing Sevens is pretty tactical, so I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be able to get to where he wants to, draft behind the leaders, probably about mid-pack, and be able to make his move late. First Mission maybe is at a little bit of a disadvantage being all the way on the outside. But again, given the lack of early speed, I think he's going to be able to get to where he wants to. This isn't like the Derby where you've got 20 horses all trying to tackle you to get position. So I think he's going to get to where he wants to. The question for me would be whether or not he's going to try to just get right on the lead and try to steal this race. I think tactically that's his best bet. Drafting, maybe not so much. There's from the 8-hole, maybe there's more traffic issues. And then he doesn't get to run the race that he wants to. And he's a young horse, so I think that's pretty important at this point. You don't want too many audibles called on him, and especially in a graded stakes race that's part of the Triple Crown. So this is the field we have, and we've only got one survivor from the Derby, and it's Mage. And I think he's only in this race because he won the Derby, to be honest, but that's another story. So it's not a big field, so I don't think there's a whole lot of advantage or disadvantage necessarily in this race. I think Mage is